The largest global burden of HIV resides in sub-Saharan Africa, and Zambia, among those countries, is one of the hardest hit. In the prime age adult groups, we believe about 16% of Zambian adults have HIV. There are a lot of problems that people with HIV encounter that may predispose them to having seizures. Based upon estimates from the data that is available, we think up to 55% of people with HIV will experience a seizure or some other HIV symptom that might benefit from seizure medications. I understood, wow, the seizure medicines I use in Zambia would interact with antiretrovirals. But it wasn't a reality until the rollout began. And in fact, where I work, the epilepsy clinic is on one side of a little dirt road. On the other side of the dirt road is our hospital, and right in the front of the hospital is Mukabumi Clinic, which is our HIV clinic. And I could literally see patients who'd come into town from whatever far distant area in our rural catchment region that they came from, and they would queue up at the hospital registration, and then they would go to Mukabumi Clinic, collect their tablets, and walk across the street and get my queue. Because I knew ahead of time about the potential interactions, I tried to ascertain from the very beginning which of my patients were on both agents and tried to keep track of that in our epilepsy records. We did put a lot of concerned messages out there, and a very prominent neurologist, Jacqueline French, who has been an epilepsy global advocate and care provider for epilepsy patients in the U.S., works closely with the World Health Organization through the International League Against Epilepsy, but she also works very closely with the American Academy of Neurology. She had the wisdom to see our circumstance and see that having the American Academy of Neurology, their guidelines development group, look at this problem would really be the best opportunity for an unbiased, very professional, very evidence-based assessment of this problem. And the AAN agreed this was an important question, and so the entire panel of experts who undertook this evaluation were pulled together and began to assess it. It's a very thorough literature search, really involves looking across languages at everything that's been published on the topic very comprehensively. And then all of the evidence is reviewed by at least 2 experts on the team. These recommendations then guide physicians' activities in the U.S. and offer physicians clear guidelines about what's considered optimal or more optimal care. In low-income countries where those drugs that we'd like to use when we have someone with both conditions still aren't available, we hope those guidelines may encourage policymakers to think about expanding those options in a way that hasn't been done before.